You're getting closure. You know how many people go through breakups and they've been gaslit, they've been deflected on, they've been stonewalled, all those different things. And they go through life feeling that they were really the problem, like they were really the one to blame. Hey, what's going on, my beautiful people? Welcome back to the Rebound Journal. Today, we're going to have a fire today. You can call it a bonfire, if you will. And I'm going to talk to you guys about a success story that I feel is a success story from a lady that I coached for 3 years. And she said it was okay that I talked about this. You know, she knows that it's going to be beneficial for you guys to follow along and maybe you can relate a little bit. I titled this video today, the avoidant who was actually a cheater, because that's exactly what it was. It was a person that was hiding behind the cloak of being a dismissive avoidant and ended up being someone who was just a habitual cheater, someone who was lacking integrity and lacking morals. So I had this lady reach out to me and she was curious about, how to recover from this relationship that she was in. And actually what she wanted mostly was some clarity about what happened in the end of that relationship. One of the biggest things that she struggled with was the shame and the guilt that she felt at the end of that relationship, because at the end of it, he blamed her for a lot of the reasons that he ended up leaving. And she, went into this panic mode of like, wow, I'm like this flawed person. I'm this horrible person. This person left me because I couldn't show up for them. Maybe I might have been a little too needy in that relationship. Maybe, I wasn't good in bed. What was the reason? And at the end of a breakup, he gave her all different type of reasons. None of it was taking accountability for why he did what he did. He was really good at dodging and gaslighting and deflecting. So before she reached out to me, she was just constantly in this mode of like, what do I do to get this person back? How can I change myself to become the person that they need me to be in order for us to have a reconciliation? And boy, oh boy, were there so many things going on in that relationship. I can tell you that when she met this guy, she was already in a vulnerable state. She was someone who was getting older. She was feeling as if her relationships were always leading to dead ends. She was just happy to be in a relationship with someone who was consistent and who was showing up for her. I mean, this guy had love bombed her so much that she was pretty much smitten. And that relationship lasted for 3 years. So in the end, what ended up happening was she broke up with him because she just simply wasn't feeling comfortable in that relationship anymore. And the way she explained it, she said that there was just like this dark energy there. I can just feel that there was like some insidiousness about him, if insidiousness is a word. After she broke up with him, he packed up his stuff and said, okay, I get it. He tried to act like he was sad and he was devastated about the thing. But a month later, guess what happened? He ended up in another relationship with someone else almost immediately. The town that she lives in is pretty small, so she found out almost immediately. And she reached out to him and said, I can't believe this. How in the world did this happen? And he, of course, deflected. He gaslit her, saying, well, I wasn't happy for a long time and you broke up with me and XYZ. But over the years after this breakup, she started to hear more and more things about what was really going on behind the scenes. He would disappear often. He'd go off the grid. And oh, by the way, to this day, she still struggles with being able to trust men because of this. But for me, my advice for her was, man, this is actually a success story. You're getting closure. You know how many people go through breakups and they've been gaslit, they've been deflected on, they've been stonewalled, all those different things. And they go through life feeling that they were really the problem, like they were really the one to blame. But because your town is so small, you were able to get some crucial insight on why he was showing up the way that he was. And not only that, when that rebound relationship finally fell apart, he had the audacity to reach back out to her, to breadcrumb her, to try to tell her things like, I really missed you while we weren't together, and all these different things that just kind of really messed her head up. And I'm telling you, she was stuck for a really long time. And now that she's starting to see things for what it is and starting to get that crucial clarity, because I think a lot of people can't move on if they don't have clarity until you can have that final conversation, until the light bulb finally goes on for you that this person just simply was never a good fit for me, then I think that's a true success story. Clarity is the success. I bill for a certain amount of dollars an hour because I feel that time is money and clarity is valuable. There's so many people who lose their jobs, they end up stuck, their work performance end up sucking, their relationship with their kids aren't great, simply because they don't know what's going on. They're stuck in this fog. And sure, your friends and your family might try to give you clarity and try to help you out, but usually there's a bias in that. And the bias is what usually keeps you from fully trusting the advice that they're telling you. So my fire is going out, and I'm gonna have to bow out too, given that I don't feel like standing out here much longer. It's a lot warmer than it was yesterday. It was 4 degrees out today. It's just about 30. I hope you guys found this video valuable, and I will see you in the next video.